Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike coming at you with the weekly news and review for December 1st, 2024. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving and only a few weeks, 4 weeks plus, till Christmas. And lots of great news, Transformer news. We got Hiya Toys with their Star Trek stuff. Not a whole lot yet, but there's a little bit. We got some more stuff from Todd McFarlane. And it's another Build-A-Figure going on in the set. And a lot of other in-between stuff, but when it comes to Star Wars, there's one or two things going on, but there's a Disney Plus sale. I'll talk about that. I think it's like $2.99, and you can sign up right now for a Black Friday deal, and you get Hulu also. But I'm going to tell you, we signed up for it, and Acolyte, I've watched some of them. It's not as bad as I think, or as bad as I thought. Let's get into looking at all this stuff coming up. All right, let's do it. Shozy Store. Now, this set of cassettes went out of stock. Now it's coming back into stock, and I don't know why they're not just doing the other set that has the Frenzy, Red Frenzy, and the Rat Bat in it. But anyhow, $32 if you missed this, the first and last go-around. New Age actually has these up for pre-order, the Bomber Gears and Swerve set of 2, and I did pre-order those. I will be getting those, taking a look at those, reviewing those. Gundam is getting in their Joy Toy Source 1/18 scale Ninja Turtles. Now this is $42, but what else do they have coming in? They actually have quite a few things. They've got their Shredder, the Bebop, Rocksteady Bebop, Shredder, and 2 different variations of Foot Soldier. Those are all found at the Gundam site, which is the same thing as Shozy Store, and same login and all that. The Classic Wolverine, the CT Toys, this is a knockoff. It's KO, but it's only like $30, and I did pre-order this one, so I plan on getting this one. This is a more standard version of X-Men. They say it's the comic version, but it's what I think of when I think of a Wolverine, so I got that one coming in. Remember to help the channel out if you go order anything at all from Shozy Store or Gundam THN, the support your reviewer, helps the channel out. Now, I'm not really plugging TF Source here, but I'm letting you guys know I'm going to point out a few Black Friday deals. But right now, this was pointed out to me by a viewer, but not just this MX X-Transbots Jakun or their Groove, but also their Fuzz. They're $35 each. If you can get to the threshold of 200, you get free shipping. If not, then it's, I don't know, it was like $10 shipping for 2 figures to get both of these. But $35 is excellent value. I missed it at Shozy Store, waited too long, I didn't pre-order it and all that kind of stuff. And with that, $35 is a heck of a steal. But I'm also a little shocked that there's such a steep discount. Does TF Source know anything about this set that I don't? All right, the top masterpiece news this week is this colored version of a prototype of the DX9 Red Storm, or their Sideswipe, and it looks fantastic. I just got to say that they've done great work here, and with that, I actually have a video coming Friday talking about Minibot pricing, and this is something that I think is really good for the community. It's really what we need. We need the DX9s and the other offshoots. We need the deformation spaces out there. We know all of them contributing and giving us what we want and what we need, and not competing directly with what's coming out, but giving us stuff that no one else is working on right now. Really awesome. The alt mode looks fantastic. It's pretty much spot on to a Countach and what you'd want in a Countach, and the blue windows will make it align with Takara and what's going on with Takara's masterpiece. And then the brothers in arms together. Here they go. He appears to be slightly taller than what we got with Sunstreaker, but who knows? Who really knows? Nobody knows. But with it, it fits in very well and looks absolutely fantastic. I think it's better than Bad Cube. Definitely way better than Takara. And, no slight against Takara. This one will probably be a bit more challenging of a transformation than what we got with Takara, but it'll be worth it. In the end, DX9 Red Storm color prototypes. So in the same vein, but yet they're not masterpiece. These are actually G1 G1 Plus, G1 upgraded So this is the Missing Link, Sunstreaker, and Cordon, not Cordon Bleu. These are the next installments of the Missing Link of modern articulated renditions of original G1 molds. We have a look at Sunstreaker in robot mode and alt mode. And to top it all, we have Diaclone-inspired redac of Cordon. And this is cool. So, yes, I would definitely be in on both of these, or all of these, because I'm in on this whole line. And with that, the ones they're doing so far, aside from Bumblebee and the Cliffjumper, they're making ones that are kind of expensive to get in perfect condition, in great condition. And with that, I kind of like it. I kind of like you're getting upgraded articulation. You're getting what we would have liked to have had when we were kids. And I understand why that the limits of budget and cost, not even so much technology, but yeah, technology. And a lot of the things that we do now with the Masterpiece has gotten us to this point to where we can achieve this kind of stuff. But really awesome, really excited. And this is going to reinvigorate me to want to go back and complete a lot of my incomplete stuff, incomplete figures in my G1. So this is going to be something really good for me personally in my collection. I'm really excited for it. But these are the next two. And Takara's, I guess, released these. People are starting to get these overseas in their Weibo accounts and all that. Posting pictures of the way it comes. Now, I do like these boxes. I do like the packaging. I do like just pretty much everything about this. Wish there would have been a US option. I understand that's not what this is about or for, but it would have been nice to have sort of maybe the US print on there. If that was an option, I would definitely select it. But I'm still excited for this, even though the packaging is really not going to line up for me. But it still looks cool, and that's what matters. I think these are, in my opinion, the least interesting figures or characters they've made in the line so far, and I really would like them to go for like Megatron. Some of the other ones that would benefit even more than these guys, because really the arm articulation, they're going to get elbows, they're going to get some hip and knee where they didn't have it before. But yeah, I definitely think that there's other characters benefit from this, and still I'm looking forward to it. I am going to get them both. I am going to review them, and it is nice that they're not on a blister card that you'd have to cut open. It's just a box you could open and put it back in the box, and you can definitely put those back in the box. All right, Square Enix has shown on the Facebook account the Combat Optimus Prime figure. This is a new Optimus Prime figure which can also be displayed in truck mode by reconstructing the parts and adding some extra pieces. Robot mode stands 19 centimeters tall, or 7.48 inches, so probably fits more in with the mainline Hasbro scale. And it has 50 points of articulation, LED lights in the eyes, and matrix, and die-cast parts, and price still unknown to me, but comes with extra parts and pieces. Pretty interesting. This is not the only Prime we look at today. Right, Kang Toys is giving us color shots of the Bronto solid figure, and this, of course, is Sludge, and it looks pretty good. It's pretty interesting. It's fun, and if you like Dinobots or dinosaurs at all, then this would probably be right up your alley. I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting one to take a look at, but I do think it's interesting. It's cool. If you like what they did with their Predacons. And here's the bot mode in the coloration. As you can see, the head and the tail just kind of wrap around. But don't be fooled. The transformation is probably not as simplistic as you think it would be the way this works out. But this is color prototype pictures from Kang Toys. All right, so really don't see a whole lot of Legends news going on this week, aside from what's popping up for reorder. And here we go with Dr. Wu and the Scorponok, and then we'll see a Black Zarak. It's kind of cool. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, a quadruple changer, turns into a cube. Everything turns into a cube. And of course, the base and the Scorpion mode. And they're tiny, and you've got 2 additional transforming pieces with it, as tiny as it is. Quite impressive. I did take a look at their Megatron, and they did a good job with it. They did a pretty good job with that Megatron, and with this one it looks good too. And it also looks like they're going to be doing the recolor, and at the same time, which is cool. Which I kind of think that Black Zarak is a really cool color scheme. With the black, gold, and red, looks really striking. And they're doing a recolor of their Trypticon into Evil Dragon, Gigastorm, Beast Wars 2 Gigastorm, if that's a thing that you're interested in. Here's the base mode. Alternate base mode looks pretty good. Looks pretty cool. I think they've done a pretty good job with this overall. And just getting your mind around how small these are, that is, I think, the most impressive part. Which, it does kind of lend to a little bit of super deformedness in some of these figures. Just because they're so small, you wouldn't want the head to be that small. But still, pretty cool. Speaking of small, in the sort of stylized, not quite super deformed range, is the Blokies. And now I'm told they're Blokies, because that's what I thought they were at first. And everyone says, no, they're Blockies, like building blocks. But Blokies is what, it makes more sense. Anyhow, I think this Megatron looks really good. They've done a really good job with it. And it seems to be like I haven't kept up with it, but is it a 2.0 version? Because if so, I mean, it looks like it could be. But it does look really cool overall. These do not transform, and I'm not even sure exactly where you get them. I think you get them pretty much anywhere in a blind box. I don't like blind boxes at all. So this one shows a picture of a Megatron on it, though, on the packaging. Anyhow, looks really cool, really interesting. This is the Blokies Transformers Action Edition 02 G1 Megatron in hand. So there's pictures surfacing of a more cartoon-esque version of the Commander Class Studio Series Optimus Prime. They're saying it might be a China Cybertron Con exclusive, and it looks really good. I mean, the first one, the standard release, looks good too, but the windshield's looking very cartoony, and probably even more. I don't have this yet. I do have, I got one for my son for Christmas on that super clearance sale, or the super Target sale, and got 30% off of it, and the red card discount and all that. So took it from 90 to about 60. Then there was tax. Here's what this looks like in the alt mode. And so, in all honesty, I don't have it. I haven't messed with it, and so I don't know all the little subtle details that are different. I guess I could pull a picture and compare them, but I just think it looks great. I mean, it's a really good figure. I don't really need one past the Earthrise, but for that mainline, and I'm not super into the mainline stuff, but for those who are, this is a really good, solid release. And if I could get this version, I would actually pick this one up because I like the extra cartoony stuff on it. Again, I'm saying I'm going to buy something that I don't need. Would be kind of cool. All right, here is a bookend. So it's Nooks. This is interesting too because this was found in California and by Toy Shiz. Toy Shiz found this. So this is interesting. I like how he's peeking around, like he's looking around the side of the book to shoot his gun. And then will we see the Megatron? What's the Megatron look like? All that good stuff. Still, it's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting that they've done this. And cool idea. Capitalizing on the franchise on the 40th anniversary. And stuff like this is kind of cool. Probably not for me so much, but other people might love it. So there's a slew of Amazon deals, and I really wished I would have waited to buy these. $39.99, which is, what, like $15 off normal price. Amazon. To get these Insecticons. So this tells me a couple things, though. The market isn't as big for deluxe Insecticons as I thought. I mean, I was hyped for it. I bought them right away. I thought they'd sell out after a month, but no, they didn't. Even though they're awesome. It's like something that we've needed for a long time. Hasbro, although they did a lot of reuse on it, they did it. They actually made them. We're not seeing it so much in modern day third party, and X-Transboss is supposed to have them coming, but where are they? Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff that's, between 10 and 25% off at Amazon, Transformer-wise. If you are thinking of something you want Transformer-wise, check out Amazon. Alright, so we've getting pictures of a Mirage from Rise of the Beast, and it's clear, and it was only available at a Shogakukan website in Japan, and it looks really cool. I mean, you would think, when they make a clear figure, it's got to make sense, right? You don't make it clear just because you want it clear. Well, Mirage disappears in. He's the one that always gets clear figures, so it makes sense. Here he is in his alt mode, and yeah, it actually looks better in clear because any of the panel lines don't show up as bad. Look at that side by side there. The panel lines show up really bad on the standard figure. Not so much. They might just be different molds too. We might be looking at 2 different molds here, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyhow, I like the clear. I think it looks good, but I'll probably never get my hands on it. All right, here's the Takara Dramatic Capture Autobots 3-pack in-hand images, and I think it looks good. They're doing the one last stab at getting an Earthrise mold at Optimus Prime. Maybe it's not the last stab. Maybe they're going to do more with the Earthrise mold, but there he is. No trailer for him. And if you'd like to get just the mainframe by himself, well, if you're getting this just to get the mainframe, there he is. I kind of think his colors are different. I'd have to check my son's mainframe, but still, it's pretty cool if you're interested in this. Teletran 1 transforming into a bot. He would stay in Teletran 1 in my display because I think that's how I remember Teletran 1 as a computer. This is more like Jarvis, right? We got more pictures of the Killer Body G1 Optimus Prime wearable, removable armor helmet, and it is pretty cool because you can put panels on it and make it look different, however you want, really. It has a whole bunch of magnetic panels that you clip on, and you can make it into more of a, I don't know, of original G1 or more Cybertron or whatever you want based on all these panels. It'd be interesting to see a picture of it, just all the parts laid out that you could use, but pretty cool nonetheless if you're into wearable helmets and stuff like that. All right, jumping over to the Meet the Droids of Zog Army from Titanium Titans Ramen Toy. So they're repurposing their Traumatizer, or their Doom Drone, their whatever they called theirs, and it's basically a Traumatizer, and making it into a purple Zog's Army, and it's cool. It's a droid. I like it. It's purple Traumatizer. I'm definitely getting one, but I'll let you know when they go up for pre-order. It should be coming soon. Really, really, really cool that they're doing that. But the rest of the line, I'm interested in seeing what they do with it, and I'm curious because I thought they were going to be vac metallizing these, but we'll see. But it's turning out looking like they might not. But it's still kind of cool nonetheless, and I'll follow the rest of the line. They're working on what they call the economical vans. It's in production. Pre-orders are still up on the website, and this is really cool. Let's just be honest, looks like an Ateam van. One of the things that Ramen does well is Ace shows us pictures of production and each phase as it's going, and is really getting out in front of if they run into an issue or if there's a problem, how they correct it, how to fix it, how they fixed it, and what the delays are and all of that. Still really cool that they're working on this. Very awesome. It's going to be an amazing product when they're done, and just looks fantastic. I still haven't ordered one yet because I don't think it'll fit in my space. I wanted to display it because it is a bit bigger than the original vintage ones and stuff, but looks amazing, and I really look forward to seeing people get these in hand and talk about them. Really awesome. Ace also made a video about his Phantom foil, and it's based off the, I think, Fathom Fan or something along those lines is the real name that Kenner had for a prototype that they were working on. But this is really awesome. I ended up getting one that was made by Anson for he made his own to match the vintage scale. Now these match the 80s Commanders, and so it's smaller scale. And it looks really cool. And he's done a bunch of cool things with it, some cool mechanisms, and so I look forward to getting my hands on mine. Mine should be coming in soon. Also, the Apache Commander is shipping from Gundam It. So if you want to get an Apache Commander, you can get one from Gundam It also. But really cool stuff coming from Ramen pretty soon, and I look forward to more. All right, a little bit of Masters of the Universe news. Now, I had this picture last week, and I actually completely forgot to talk about it after the intro. I even had it all up on the screen. Somehow I missed it. Anyhow, this is they call this sketchbook series. And it looks like they're going deep into the line. And some people say they're milking the mold. They're milking all these molds and milking the line instead of finishing it. Other people say that we're getting stuff that we would have never, ever gotten before, because you're not just going to start a line with this. You're not going to put this out on the shelf and start it. So there's two ways to look at it. I'll probably pick one up just because it's something so obscure, out there, and cool looking. But this is the Hordak Grizzlord sketchbook series. You're going deep when you're just making figures based off of sketches. That's kind of impressive. Now we've got some DC Universe Batman and Professor Zoom Flashpoint 2-pack coming, $40, and you can get it pretty much everywhere, BBTS, all those places. But yeah, I guess that you get it in all those places. $40 if you're in on this. It's kind of cool, it's kind of interesting, but you're again milking those two characters over and over. All right, so here is a Build-A-Wave. This is a Build-A-Figure for Darkseid, and for whatever reason he's red. I don't know enough about the lore to explain that, but I think it's kind of cool. I wished I would have gotten a standard one, but at retail, I found it impossible to build their Plastic Man. I started out, and I was like, ooh, I've got this part. I think I have 2 figures. I need 3 more or something along those lines. I have them pre-ordered somewhere. I think Entertainment Earth, to get the rest of what I need, but they're not in yet. So I don't know if I'm just never going to finish Plastic Man, just give up on that venture. But I was just trying to collect it on the cheap anyway. I got the first 1 or 2 on a really good sale at Target, so might as well. And then here we are with, this is the whole wave. I guess you need all 4 of these to complete him. And they look cool, but again, more and more repaints that I don't care about any of the figures to get a Darkseid. And that's where Build-A-Figures become frustrating. Maybe you want 1, 2, or 3. You probably don't want them all. And it's a gimmick. It's a sales gimmick. But some people probably love all these. All right, Storm Collectibles is making a Cobra figure, the Space Pirate. And I believe this is really just from that one movie, or no, comic or something along those lines. Anyhow, I don't know a lot about it, and it's been a couple days since I read up on it, but it still looks pretty cool. Probably well over $100 is if you know what Storm Collectibles does, but it looks really awesome. It looks pretty fantastic. I'd actually be more interested in finding out more about the lore behind it, because I might want to pick something like this up. But still, it's pretty interesting, pretty cool. If you really wanted this character made, then I guess you got to get it from Storm Collectibles. High Toys is doing a 1/18 scale Star Trek Strange New Worlds Captain Pike, and looks pretty cool overall. I'm really confused about the character choices for $25 a figure to make these. It will be available at Big Bad Toy Store, but I want to say that I'm going to know about their 1/18 scale figures mostly from the Joe line, and I have 5 of them that I'm going to be reviewing pretty soon, and I'll be able to say more about that. But I think this looks pretty cool. Is there really a market for high-end 1/18 scale Star Trek? Probably. There probably is. And are they going for deep cuts right away because most people already have the main core cast? That's probably why they're doing it. Alright, Super 7 has this version of Mumra. I thought we've covered this before. I know I've already pre-ordered mine, and I think I've already got mine in my pile of loot for BBTS. But here it is, BBTS 25th Anniversary exclusive. All this stuff sits in my pile of loot for 3 months till I ship it. I wait 3 months to ship it. There's multiple reasons why. Part of it is, if I find it cheaper somewhere else, or it goes on sale, then I cancel it. That's part of the reason why, but also that $4 in shipping. But this is the black and red version. It's pretty much the exact same mold. I think you get even less stuff with it than you got with everything else, but it's cool looking, and these one-offs, usually they sell out pretty quick. I thought this was a BBTS exclusive, but it's also available at Entertainment Earth, what I'm hearing. Still pretty cool and interesting if you're in on this, but they canceled Vecna. I got my email saying that BBTS is canceling the Vecna because there wasn't enough orders to run it, so the figure's canceled. Now, here's the thing. It's kind of a cool figure. I was on the fence whether I'd get it, and I know that this is the year that Super 7 said if you don't pre-order it, you might not get it. And we saw that with a handful of figures already. With the Wily Cat, we saw that with Ghost Jaga, we saw that with, what else was that? That other alternate version of Chitara. But now with this, I mean, there's just not enough people pre-ordering it. and BBTS didn't carry the load, I guess. BBTS usually orders enough to put them over that hump, and that wasn't enough. So here we sit with basically no Vecna. Yeah, is anybody's heart broken? I don't know. It's kind of a cool figure. Let's give us more core cartoon cast. It's going to sell. And they sell well. With the Shadow Warriors selling out at most places, and then Dekion selling out, I would have thought this thing would have been a hit too. For Horsemen are putting out the Ghost, Figure Obscura Ghost of Christmas Past. And she does look pretty cool. I should have looked up information on pricing on her. They're usually pretty expensive, like $7,500 or something along those lines. I didn't check the price on her. But she does look cool. I don't know exactly what I remember the Ghost of Christmas Past looking like. Don't remember her having 4 arms, but still, there it is. And yeah, I think they did a really good job there. I'm backing off Figure Obscura stuff because I find myself just putting them in storage and not displaying them because I just don't have a place or a display set up for them. But I think they look amazing and they're really cool. They seem to put them out 2 and 3 other times too. So it's like version 1, they'll get a version 2 and a version 3 of her, I bet. JoJo Classified rumor leaks, and this is allegedly Ninja Force Slice and Dice. Kind of lines right up with my videos I just put out on Retro Wednesday with Ninja Force, and we have more Ninja Force coming in 1994. This is upcoming Wednesday's 1994, and we'll have the Shadow Ninjas, the Shadow Warriors. But this looks interesting. It looks kind of cool. Definitely the classified up version of what we got back in the day. And I'm okay with it. I'm not dead set, my heart dead set on Ninja Force looking exactly like it used to. Especially since some of it is just, there's so many just reuse there, so much reuse with that. But they'll do the reuse here also. I think they look pretty cool. Slice and Dice. We'll probably get an orange slice. We'll probably get them all clear. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Alright, so now we're going to get into some stuff that I've seen at the Ross and the Ollie's, and I see this Dusty. I think it was $8. I already have one, but for $8 I almost bought another one, Tiger Force Dusty, but I didn't. Well, in all reality, the line was too long, but still looks pretty cool that you're able to get this for $8. Then we have these. I think they were 12 or 15. 12 or 15. They're too much for me. It's the Cheetor and the Battle Trap from the, was it Rise of the Beast? Yeah, Rise of the Beast stuff. So if you're interested in that, I'm sure they're like everywhere. I think I might have shown this one here already. This is the $15 for the Thundercracker. But keep your eye peeled if you're interested in... Oh, Skywarp. Sorry. Skywarp. And keep your eye peeled if you're interested in this cartoon version. Looks good. And then also there is the... Ollie's has this one here that is called the Jurassic Park Dilophoncon set. I have a picture of it on my phone, but I don't have it in here for the editing. Also, biker mice at retail are kind of concerning me. They're piling up. No one's buying them. So how am I going to get the Chase black and white versions of the new Sports Bros? I don't get it. How am I going to get those? If Walmart's can't sell through Wave 1, will they even restock Wave 2? See, I want to see this stuff sell and people get excited and buy it. And 30 is not a bad price for these figures. Better than the 35 online. 25 for Sectars now. So, what's going on here? Alright, Elon. Get on over here. Come on over here, Elon. Tell me about this Dungeons and Dragons. And I gotta say, Elon put out a message on X just simply saying, how much would it cost to buy Hasbro? And I don't know where this came from. Out of the blue, he's wanting to more or less get that Dungeons and Dragons license. A lot of people are saying to try to snatch out the Wizards of the Coast from underneath them. But he wants D&D for whatever reason. I'm sure that D&D's making some money for Hasbro, but if Elon got it and gave the fans what they want, then he'd make a lot of money with it. But also, it's just one of the things he enjoys with this license. But if he bought Hasbro, what would he do? He would definitely not renew Star Wars and Marvel Legends and do any dealings with Disney. But he's also made that question about buying Disney, which I don't think he has the power, but definitely doesn't have that ability. But anyhow, it's a possibility. I mean, he could buy up Hasbro once it's a husk of a company that it used to be. There was this Planet of the Apes. I was debating whether I even put this in here, but this was on sale at Entertainment Earth for $20, and I was too late and I missed it. I would have gotten this though. It is kind of cool. Looks to be a handful of figures and a statue and exclusive figures in it for going from $75 down to $20. It's a steep discount. Lots of those going on right now, just out of the blue. Black Friday sales, just random items here and there. Not a huge sell, but decent. There's not a lot of new Star Wars news this week, but there's the Obi-Wan Clones of the Republic, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Clone Trooper, the 212th version, double packed with them. I think it's $50 or something like that for a set of two. $44.99 Hasbro Pulse, and let's see if it's even sold out. I mean, drum roll please. And it actually sold out. It's sold out on Hasbro Pulse. Impressive, most impressive. I'm shocked because I wasn't in it. All right, so here we go with the offer from Disney Plus. Now, my wife canceled it earlier this year or last year or something because the price went up. And right now, between November 27th and December 2nd, if you sign up for $2.99 for 12 months, you get Disney Plus and you also get some Hulu. But there's ads, so you're going to have ads in it. And it's called the basic plan. You have to watch probably 5 ads for one episode. Does kind of suck, but for $2.99 a month, and I don't watch a whole lot of it anyway, I really don't think Disney wants my money because they're not making much content that even attracts me to their platform. And most of the time it might look good and it's not. Let's talk about Acolyte. I'm just going to say that it's better than I thought it would be. So far, I'm not done with it yet. And after being thoroughly disappointed with Andor, the Andor series, I don't know how it got greenlit for Series 2. Some people love it though. So, I mean, I don't want to steal their thunder. If they enjoy it. But we'll probably watch it. I need a nap here and there, so we'll turn it on. I was disappointed in Obi-Wan series. I thought it could have been better. I really don't like what they did to Obi-Wan. It's just, he wasn't as awesome as he should have been. But Acolyte's a whole different side story, side quest. Nothing in the main Star Wars universe gets messed up in this so far that I've seen. It feels like they're going to explore more of the gray area of the Force. I might be wrong, but that feels like the direction it's going. Space witches in it. My wife said that it's like 7th or 8th thing she's watched that has space. Well, not space witches, but just witches in general this year. So it's like the flavor of the year is witches, I guess. I hope that's not the Hollywood going forward. But anyhow, I do think it's okay. Is it great Star Wars? I don't think it's going to be in my favorite of Star Wars. Is it a decent kind of sci-fi series that if you ran across it on Netflix, would I recommend it? Yeah. It's not that bad. But I've been let down so much that the bar was really set low going into this, so they didn't have to do a whole lot to bring it up. And I was going to talk about this set, but it's sold out. The Series 1 for $30 at Entertainment Earth. But what do you guys think about this week's Weekly News and Review? What other really awesome stuff's going on out there that I'm missing out on, that I'm not catching? Let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Teddy Hanger out.